Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the Reaction Zone, where I am your host, Russell, where we give you news, but news with a message. Today's topic is about something that is near and dear to my heart as a California resident and as an Angelino. Man, this state is in deep, deep trouble, and it appears that they're trying to continue the status quo. Gavin Newsom has decided that he is going to attempt to Trump-proof California by convening a special session of the California legislature in order to raise funds for any legal challenges that they may see on the rise. So let's get into today's clip, and then we will unpack it when done.
A special session today to prepare California for the incoming Trump administration. Governor Newsom's goal is to safeguard California from possible, quote, federal overreach. NBC4's Conan Nolan live in the newsroom with more on this special session in Sacramento. Conan.
That's right, Robert. Was this all about securing the state of California against an onslaught from the next Trump administration, or was it political posturing from a governor who wants someday to run for president? That was part of the debate on the floor of the California State Assembly and State Senate.
Yes, you heard that correctly. Gavin Newsom is going to set himself up to be in the limelight for 2028, because he is going to attempt to run for president, and this is all that this is about in order for him to seem relevant. I don't know how he's going to win, because California is in a state of shambles right now. We have the highest homelessness. You should see Los Angeles and greater Los Angeles County. You should see it. It's a hot mess. You should see the Bay Area. It's a hot mess. You should see our gas prices. They are absolutely through the roof. There's no reason that one should be paying $4.50 for gas in the state of California, where in the Midwest you might still be paying $3.50, sometimes down to $3. It just does not make sense. This election has been about the economy and things that make sense, and the Democratic Party and those who are in California specifically are the ones that are driving a bunch of nonsense. Let's roll with the clip.
Democrats in Sacramento today preparing for the sequel, California versus Donald Trump, Part 2.
If this administration seeks to take a wrecking ball to health care access in California, if it illegally denies us funding for natural disaster relief, if it illegally seeks to mass deport more than 1 million Californians, we will act. And we will prevail.
A special legislative session called by Governor Gavin Newsom to set up the resistance, starting with legislation allocating $25 million so that the California Attorney General can start hiring more staff to defend.
All right, so $25 million is not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but $25 million is a lot of money when it comes to hiring legal staff and preparing to support the agenda of California, which has us, I think we're at like $8 billion in debt. Don't mark me on that, but I think we're like $8 billion in debt. And so you're going to seek funding, additional funding, to keep that debt rolling. It just doesn't make any sense. And I don't understand the people of California not rising up. And we kind of rose up a little bit in this last election, because we have never, since I think it's been since 2004, that there has been this close of parity between the left and the right in California. Typically, the last 10, 20 years, it has been a blue wall like you would not believe. And I'm telling you, we are moving towards the right in every way, because the policies of the left don't make any sense. They don't make any sense whatsoever.
And the state's environmental regulations, its refusal to use state and local law enforcement for deportations, its law offering abortion services to those from outside the state. California Attorney General Rob Bonta.
If there are no cases for us to bring because the Trump administration is acting completely lawfully, we won't use any of it.
All right, so let's be clear, man. In the state of California, obviously there's a high immigrant population, and that population has, let me say it differently, that population and its sympathizers have really pushed the agenda for the Democratic Party to represent them. And I'm not against immigrants, and I'm historically have not been against illegal immigrants. I've always wanted a path to citizenship, and specifically with my Mexican brothers and sisters who I consider brothers and sisters. I feel like there should be, California used to be part of Mexico, so there should be something there for them, a path to citizenship that might be easier than others. But it doesn't make any sense to just absolutely take in hundreds to thousands to millions of undocumented persons for them to get taken care of better than the homeless people get taken care of. That's the point. It's not the illegal immigration itself. It's the fact that the Democratic Party, those on the left, would rather put more money and resources towards supporting illegal immigration as opposed to supporting its own citizens. I'm telling you, the homelessness in California is out of control. You would not believe it unless you saw it with your own eyes. You got Skid Row downtown. You got the San Fernando Valley, which is my home. You got all the way up to the Antelope Valley. Homelessness is absolutely out of control, and they would rather put more money into illegal immigration and supporting the infrastructure of illegal immigration than its own citizens, its own veterans. That's the point. It's not anti-immigrants. It is anti-criminal immigrants for sure, but it is anti-funding for illegal immigration policies that could be used, the funding could be used elsewhere, specifically with our homeless population, specifically our veterans. I'm telling you, I know a lot of veterans here, and they don't get the support that they deserve. Let me shut up, man. Let me keep going. I'm getting pissed off as I just talk about this stuff because I am passionate about it.
We don't expect that based on what he did in the past, what he has said he will do under Trump 2.0. We believe we will need to use all of it.
We need to be very strategic on what we spend our money on.
Republicans objected, pointing out that Donald Trump had gained in support in virtually each of the 58 counties this election. Senate Minority Leader Brian Jones of San Diego County.
The bottom line is, everybody's got this figured out. He's setting up his campaign to run for president in 2028, and this is one of the steps that he can do to make himself look relevant.
Not on the table as yet is tax money to defend those who the administration may seek to deport for violating federal immigration law. Although U.S. Senator Alex Padilla over the weekend implied that could be next.
If it's legal assistance, legal advice, legal support, that's just the California way. We embrace our diversity. Our diversity is what's made our communities thrive and our economy thrive.
And let's be clear, that is probably the thing that I love about California the most, is that it's not black, it's not white, it's not brown, it's not yellow, it's not blue, it's not orange. It's all of us, and we all live together, and we all for the most part, get along together. And quite honestly, if you wanted to solve this problem, Congress, you could easily solve it, because your job is to support the agenda of the president, specifically if you're in the majority, and to pass laws that support him. And then it gets to his desk, he signs it into law, bam, there you got it. Change has happened. And so this is what needs to take place specifically for the Congress, the people in Congress. You need to figure out a path to citizenship. A path to citizenship. For those who've been here, specifically, let's say the DACA recipients, for those that have been here forever, and I have friends that have been here forever who are undocumented, we need a path to citizenship. And Democrats, you have just had the White House and part of Congress, and you have not come up with a path to citizenship. You've just let in a bunch more people without addressing the people that are already here. Let's come up with a path to citizenship. That happens in Congress. Let's get it to President Trump's desk. Let him sign it. Those that are here illegally, if you just got here, I'm sorry, you gotta go. I don't care where you're from. If you just got here, you have to go. If you've been here for an extended period of time, I believe in grace. I vote for grace. I vote for a path to citizenship. And things need to be done in a legal way at this point, because the Democratic Party has gone roughshod. I don't even know if that's a word. I just made that up. But they have gone crazy, ignoring the laws that are on the table. Anyway, those of you that are watching this, if you're in California, let's slide from the left to the center. Let's slide from the left to the center. It doesn't have to be hateful, but let's just come up with policy that makes sense, and let's get along together. Anyway, that's today's video. Like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, share. I appreciate it. Talk to you real soon.